Today's going to be a video I've wanted to make for a while, like a really, really long time. The top 10 animal sidekicks in Disney history. I've watched a lot of Disney ranking videos in my day, but I've never seen the animal sidekicks get the love they deserve, so I figured, hey, I'll just make it myself. I have to say, I really enjoyed this video. I got to rewatch a bunch of classics I haven't seen since I was a kid and remembered why they were all classics in the first place. Most of these were movies I grew up on and got brainwashed into loving Disney in the first place against my will. But anyway, without further ado, let's get to it. Quick breakdown of the rules. Only movies from Walt Disney's Animation Studios will count, so for example, no Pixar. And we'll use 3 criteria to rank them: loyalty, helpfulness, and could they have done it without him. First up at number 10, we have Pegasus. Oh, Pegasus, I had such high hopes for you. Loyalty, he gets a 7. I mean, look how excited this dude is to see Hercules after 18 years. He only knew him as a baby, yet here he is, jumping in excitement to be reunited with him. And look how skeptical of Meg he is from the get. He's like, piss off, Herc is mine. Now, I know what you're thinking, this really sounds like a 10 out of 10 to me, but I think you're forgetting about one scene in particular. When Pegasus jumps at the chance to go follow this pink horse just because she bats her eyelashes at him. So while yes, he's skeptical of Meg when it comes to thinking his own horsey thoughts, he forgets about Hercules just like that. So he definitely loses some points here. Helpfulness, he gets a 6. He definitely serves his purpose and helps out, like here in the scene with the dragon dude. He swoops in and saves him. He conveniently flies Hercules around instead of having to travel by foot or non-flying horse. Could he have done it without him? This is where he takes a big hit for me. There are several times when you're like, man, if he hadn't had a flying horse here, he'd be cooked. But that's really my biggest problem with Pegasus. He really just seems like a convenient sidekick most of the time. It's like, hey, Phil lives out on this island. I'd have to take a boat and it'd probably take like a week. Don't worry, I have a flying horse so I can get there instantly. Would it have been more difficult? Sure, but I have zero doubt Hercules ultimately achieves his mission even without Pegasus, so he gets a 2 here. Still a great sidekick. Overall score 15. At number 9, we have Jiminy Cricket. Loyalty, he gets an 8. You freeloading hobo cricket? He has the audacity to complain after breaking and entering and squatting in an old man's cottage? But after that, he takes on the responsibility of being Pinocchio's conscience. Well, sort of. He mostly simps for this fairy, but he does volunteer and is magically transformed from hobo cricket to the clean, classy conscience cricket we all know and love. Then he goes straight into a catchy song about teaching Pinocchio to let your conscience be your guide, which I guess is him, and he doesn't exactly do the best job. I'll tell you what, Figaro doesn't get enough credit. I honestly considered ranking him. The old man is like, open the window, and he just does it. Figaro hands Pinocchio his book on the first day, he tries to go to school with him, but I don't know, I stuck with old Jiminy for some reason. I did gain some respect for him when he was like, I can't tell his dad, that'd be snitching. Even after that, I actually considered dropping him from the entire list until he did one thing. He goes and does one thing.
And totally redeem yourself!
It'll take a miracle to get us out of here.
Us. He says it will take a miracle to get us out of here. I mean, I don't know about you, but anytime I've been locked up in a birdcage after joining a traveling puppet show, all I ever wanted was a friend to be locked up with me. And that's exactly what Jiminy does. He says, I'm here with you, kid. Even though I could walk straight out and get out of here, I'm sticking by your side. I mean, he has a really strong second half. He's definitely loyal. Did he technically do it to impress a fairy and freeload? Sure, but he recovers when he decides to stay locked up with Pinocchio, so he gets an 8. Helpfulness, he gets a 4. I mean, he was definitely always willing to help Pinocchio, but does he actually help? I mean, I'll give him some credit. He dives right into the mouth of the whale first chance he gets. Jiminy was also ready to scrap with this kid here, but he gets his feelings hurt when Pinocchio says this weirdo is his best friend. But he does rush back when he realizes what's going on. I gotta say, at times I'm like, man, Jiminy is just a clown and doesn't deserve the top 10. And other times I'm like, man, he's a swell guy. Could he have done it without him? I mean, he kind of does. What does Jiminy really do that helped him? I mean, by the end, he is deemed an official conscience by the Blue Fairy and made a hero. So I'll give him a 4 just because I like the song. Definitely a classic character, and I love him. I mean, heck, I have a stuffed animal of him, and I'm a grown man and I live alone, but that's a story for another time. But as far as his actual ranking, just a 16. Does he deserve the top 10? Who knows? But I mean, he's Jiminy Cricket. At number 8, we have Sven. This one was a little tough. I mean, I almost didn't rank him because he's got one major flaw that no other sidekick on this list has. He's not one of the main character sidekicks. But after some quiet deliberations, I decided to include him because I like him and, well, hey, it's my video. I make the rules. Sven definitely isn't one of the most involved sidekicks, but what he lacks in screen time, he makes up for in importance. Loyalty, he gets a 7. I mean, he seems insanely loyal, even after he gets kicked out onto a floating piece of ice. But I mean, outside of this, we don't know a bunch about Sven. We know Kristoff gives him carrots. Is he only loyal up until the carrots stop? We may never know. But he is loyal enough to Anna to convince Kristoff to turn around and charge back into the eternal winter and save her, so hey, that's good enough for me. Helpfulness, he gets a 5. I mean, he is the reason Kristoff goes back, and if so, facto, he did technically sort of save Anna. I mean, sure, Kristoff is too late, and it's actually Elsa who saves her after almost killing her, but that's besides the point. Could they have done it without him? I'll give him a 5 again. I do think if not for Sven, Kristoff never goes back. Anna never ultimately falls in love with him, and Elsa never ultimately saves the day, but hey, what do I know? A really solid sidekick and character. A good, solid 17. I like Sven.
And that's all I have to say about that.
At number 7, we have Gus and Jock. Jack. It's pronounced Jack. They spell it with a Q. I don't know. Whatever. Gus and Jack. That's right. For number 7, we're combining Gus and Jack into one. Why? Well, because I want to. This one was one of the more surprising ones in my opinion. I haven't watched Cinderella since I was a kid. I always remember loving Gus, and Jack. I thought for sure they were a shoo-in for the top 5, but after watching it, they were alright. I mean, don't get me wrong, they definitely do their job. They just aren't quite as fleshed out as some of the more modern-day sidekicks. Maybe they do more in the sequels, I don't know. I gotta watch them still. Loyalty, I'll give them a 7. I mean, they're definitely loyal to Cinderella, but who else are they going to be loyal to? The freaking cat that's always trying to eat them? Cinderella saved Gus. He had nowhere else to go. He has no choice. Helpfulness, they get a 6. I mean, yes, they helped with the dress, but I mean, it gets destroyed, so all their help was technically for nothing. Yes, they pull the carriage, but because Fairy Godmother turned them into horses. And yes, they carry the key up the stairs to let her out, but other than that, they do a lot for themselves. Jack seems to look out for himself more than Cinderella. He loves messing with Lucifer, which is entertaining, but other than that, they just don't seem to help as much as I was expecting. Could they have done it without him? This one's a big fallout for me. I'll give him a 5. And that's only because they do get the key to her at the end. And I mean, hey, that was crucial, but throughout the rest of the movie, they just didn't play as big of a role in helping Cinderella as I was expecting. Overall, still helpful, and that's why they get an 18. At number 6, we have Sebastian.
Who the heck are you? What are you talking about?
Wait, there, I fixed it. Sorry about that. I have to say, I haven't watched the original Little Mermaid since I was probably like 5. And Sebastian surprised me more than anyone on this list. I kind of always remember him being the reluctant, annoying voice of reason the whole time, but my man Seabass really switches up the narrative here when he realizes how important this is to Ariel. I mean, yeah, at the start, he's loyal to the king and constantly berates Ariel and tries to convince her, hey, The sea is where it's at. He sings one of the biggest bangers in Disney history. That really has nothing to do with loyalty. I just wanted to mention it. But then something changes. After Ariel decides to be human and he sees her, he has a total change of heart, which is why for loyalty, he gets a 9. I mean, let's not forget what's at stake here. He's facing death, and he decides to help her stay human just to make her happy. Helpfulness, he gets a 7. I mean, he impromptu sings a song about kissing her, trying to make her human after Scuttle's valiant attempt. Off the top of his head, he comes up with this and gets all the creatures to help. I mean, it's crazy. He tells her, I hope you appreciate all I'm doing for you, and she's just sleeping. But he just keeps on helping. Oh, don't worry, Ariel. I know I wanted to play music for the ocean, and I got roped in to looking after you made a deal with an evil sea witch, and now we face a life or death situation that I got roped into. Switch loyalty from the king to you, and then ask for a little appreciation, and all you do is sleep. But hey, I'll just keep helping you. Sorry. Could they have done it without him? He gets a 5 here. While all Sebastian's effort were helpful, ultimately it was Eric who saves the day. Though all the things Sebastian does lead up to it, because it worked until those mother freaking eels flipped the boat. But hey, a really solid sidekick. Overall score, 21. Do you think I got the first half right? Who surprised you? Who's your prediction for the top 5? Let me know in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe and check out part 2 to see who cracks the top 5 and to find out who is the #1 Disney animal sidekick of all time. And that's that. Better luck next life, as they say.